Good morning, this is Dr. TF and I'm here with another video on Golang, Google's Golang programming language. And now we see something on panic and recover, okay? They are similar to a try and a catch variable. So you have any error, it tries to catch and pass through the exception for the language like Java and C or C++. So such a way we do have something called as panic and recover uh, you know uh, functions over here. Okay, so what it does actually, so both are first of all built-in functions, they go hand in hand together. So panic is going to be it stops the flow of control. Okay, when there is a runtime error or something like that, there will be a panic function executed upon the program, and the recover function is going to regain the control of the the panic subroutine, nothing more than that. Okay, so if there is a runtime error, it's going to stop the flow, panics and stop the flow, and the recover is going to regain the control of the program, nothing more than that. Okay, so let's go into the program. This program that you see on screen is an example for panic and recover kind of technique that's been followed up in Golang. Okay, so it's nothing but it has a main program. At the bottom you can see so there are two variables, and there will be a div user defined function, and the div function is going to just do the division of x and y, and within the function div it will take two arguments. We have seen that before, the function declaration as well, x and y, and is going to just divide x and y and give you the division answer. Okay, it goes fine without any issues. But just for example, okay, let's first of all execute this one and I'll show you what is the issue later on. Okay, so first of all let's just execute this. So once we execute this one, it's going to give a normal value of 2. Okay, because y by x it's going to give 2. Sorry, I didn't save it, I'm sorry. Just clear screen. That was, I didn't save it properly. Just now I'm saving it. Yeah, it's giving the answer 2 because 20 divided by 10 is going to give you 2. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll try to put the value of y is 0. Okay, so we all know when 20 is divided by 0, you get an infinite value, which is not divide by 0 error in general computing and math. Okay, so let's see what this program is going to give us now. Okay, now we have put 20 divided by 0. Let's see what the output comes by. Good, it comes something like a runtime error, integer divided by 0. So this is something which has been recovered by this recover function. Okay, to know well about this recover function, I guess this part of this particular program is going to be a pain in the neck for you, because the other things we already dealt with, a normal function call. Okay, look closely into the function which I've highlighted on screen. There is a function here. For normal other functions, you have the func keyword at the start followed by the function name here in this particular programming language. Okay, but here we have something called as defer followed by the function. Okay, so this is called as a defer function. Okay, it's a special type of function which serves for the same purpose as its name implies. Okay, so defer in English means postpone. Okay, so a defer function in Golang is going to postpone the execution until the other function returns a value. Okay, so in other words, when y takes normal value, when y takes normal values, that is something which is non-zero, this particular routine will never be executed. It will be postponed to the next execution. Okay, it will be only executed when you have a value of 0 for y. That is the value of 0 for denominator in this particular scenario. That is, if you have a divide by 0, it's going to give you a runtime error. Okay, that time only this defer function will be called. Makes sense? So defer function syntax is going to be defer followed by func with the function bracket, and there will be a opening and closing flower bracket, and finally you do have a opening and closing braces for at the end. Okay, just to return a nil value. Okay, inside the defer function you make use of a simple if statement. Okay, so we have already seen if statement. If not so, this is an if statement syntax which is going to have a test case and a function which is given within the flower bracket on the inside. Okay, so what it does is it's going to execute a recover function. This is a inbuilt function again, as I was telling you. So it is going to regain the control of panic subroutine. Okay, since the value of y is 0, it's getting panicked and it is going to exit as a runtime error. So it is going to actually recover it just in the same way as an exception is caught by a catch phrase in Java or other programming language. Okay, it is going to catch or it's going to recover the runtime error, and it's going to put in a variable r here. Okay, and if the value of r is not equal to null, it's not 0, it's going to have some value. That particular value, which is the runtime error, is going to be printed using this format.printf statement. Okay, that is what you get here. The error is runtime error because integer is divided by 0. Okay, and you might be wondering with other thing as well. You use a %v. Okay, generally for any kind of integer or numeric variables, you use a %d, which represent it as a decimal type of variant. Okay, but this %v is only for those called as variant data types. Okay, now we can have two kinds of output here. If it's a non-zero, it's going to have an integer or numerical output. If this one is a 0, it has to return the error, which is in stream of characters. Okay, so it can take either a numerical output, that is the value, or it can have a long phrase value. Okay, so that is the very reason we are trying to use a variant data type here. Okay, so in this particular program, we have seen something called as panic and recover. The recover function is going to regain the control which is caused by panic function due to some kind of runtime error or out of bounds error. Okay, so with this recover function, you need to put recover inbuilt function, you need to put within a nested inside a defer function. Defer means postpone. The function only executes itself, only it only postpones its execution until the other function returns a value. Okay, and finally we have seen something on the variant data type, which can take different types of kinds of values, not a particularly an integer or numerical or a character stream of values. Okay, so that's it about this particular panic and recover functions in Golang. Feel free to comment this video. May have your suggestions, whatever it is. See you in the next video. Happy hearts. Tata, bye bye. See you.